Today it takes us approximately 4 hours to finish one unit. Are you guys getting ready to fold this one up, or?
Yeah.
Okay, can you do it right now? We can see over here how it looks like once it's finished. Hi guys, I'm Christian Kirchen. I'm the Director of Manufacturing here at Boxable. Let's take a look at our shop and see how we build our Boxables. All right, so this is where the process starts. What you see behind us here is a CNC machine, and here we're taking MgO, magnesium oxide boards that we're going to use on the interior walls, the interior ceiling and floors. So this, for example, is a kit for a right fixed wall panel. So you can see the cutouts, you know, for the electrical switches, for example. This is a roof panel, for example. What you can see there is all the cutouts for the lighting, and then a couple other holes for screws. That's kind of how these work. And then they are delivered to the next process where we will put a whole wall panel together and laminate the whole thing, which then goes into our casita. Okay, so this is our insulation for the walls, floors and the roofs. It's EPS foam. And basically these sections are getting put inside the panels, and you can see a lot of, holes and cutouts, and those are all with a purpose. These holes, for example, is where all the electrical wiring goes through. Some of it is for plumbing, and other cutouts, to make our panels in the next process step. So next we're gonna go to our lumber area, where we make some of the outside framing for our panels. Let's go. Here is where the lumber area starts, where we're making the outside frames of our panels. And what you see here is basically some lumber. And in the first process step is that we just cut a simple groove inside the lumber. So in this step is where we are taking just some PVC trim and laminate it to the lumber. And that's for, some of it is appearance, aesthetic purposes, and some of it is also for weather resistance, and also to provide a sealing surface when we put our panels together. All this material gets put together in a kit. It goes on this cart. So similar like we had on the magnesium oxide panels to make one wall panel, we're also putting it on one cart that makes one panel. So here you see some of the PVC lumber laminated material. You can see the cutouts for electrical wiring and for plumbing and for other features. And now we're heading to our lamination line, where the EPS foam, the MgO boards and also the lumber PVC laminates get all put together in a panel. Okay, so this is our lamination line. If we look at this, for example, is the start where we're putting a panel together. And you can see the outside frame of lumber PVC that was in the last process step that we looked at. And inside we're just dropping in these EPS foam panels that are, being cut in the last process step over here too. You see various structures here of lumber. Those are for doors, for example. This is the exterior door, and then windows. And again, here these cutouts in the PVC lumber, they're matching exactly cutouts in the EPS foam, so we can actually pre-wire all the panels. So all the electrical wiring is already pre-installed, the outlets, the switches, all of that goes in ahead before we put all the panels together in the home. The equipment here is basically putting a layer of glue. Once we have all the glue applied and the panel is put together, it's getting moved into a press that is a vacuum press, and in there we're basically pressing the whole system together. After the part is coming out of the press, it goes on a tilt table where we flip it from a horizontal to a vertical position. So we put it on a cart where we can transport it to the next process step, which is going to be some mudding, putting in some fillers, sanding, and then paint. Let's go over there. We're just, filling in some of the grooves where the panels are meeting together, and then they go in a paint process next. After the paint process is completed, the panel basically looks like this. It's a fully painted panel, and then from here we go into the next process step, which is assembly. Here is where really the assembly starts. What you see here is a conglomeration of 11 stations, and in each station we're adding more value, to the product. So we're starting on this station where we just put the flooring in, and we're starting putting panels on it. Basically, we're putting panels in. We're flying panels in because they literally are flying, and then they are attached, and then we keep adding to it. Here you can see how the air condition, split system is put on the unit. You can see the HVAC lines going in. This is where the fixed floor and the folding floor are basically attached together. The heart of the floor is this I-beam, which really carries most of the load when we are folding the product later together. So all the bathroom cabinets, the kitchen cabinets, we're pre-assembling them here, we kit them up, and then they just can be taken and put in the unit. Okay, you kind of see here in the next process step, they're getting ready to load up an interior wall panel, basically clamped in the crane here, and then they're picking it up and they're gonna move it in place. Also in this station, you see a lot of the cabinet work is already in place inside this unit. What you see here is obviously a very manual process, and we realize that, we know that because we're evolving the product every single day. The sink is in, the faucets are in, we're starting putting the microwave in. Okay, so here is actually the folding wall panels. You see the hinges here. So this entire wall panel just folds in on both sides. It folds in the roof. You can also see the hinges on the ceiling here. You can kind of see the 3 sections, 1, 2, 3, and that roof folds all the way in. The walls are folding in. This wall collapses in, and then the entire thing folds up for the unit, how it's going to be transported on a trailer afterwards. Here you can see we already have now windows in place. Now in the next step, they're going to fold the whole thing up, and then it's going to be ready for transportation. Are you guys getting ready to fold this one up, or? Yeah. Okay, can you do it right now?
You just want to see it go?
Yep, let's do it. So it all folds up to 8.5 feet wide. Which again allows us to transport it without any special requirement or permit. Very good. Once the unit is folded up, basically all the appliances, everything is inside the unit, right? Everything stays in the unit on the side that doesn't fold down. You got your microwave, you got your dishwasher in it, you have your stove in it, the hot water tank, everything is in there. And we're also packing like the roof membrane inside. Anything for trimming that's required for touch-up all goes inside the unit, so there's no extra transportation or anything needed on the side to install it. We can see over here how it looks like once it's finished. We're putting a boat wrap cover over it, branded of course, and it's a shrink wrap, and they basically shrink it all the way down, and that's how the unit goes out the building and on a trailer ready for transportation. So this is interesting because we got one unit on a trailer. We are not only going to make the Boxabl Casitas in units, we also have designed our own trailers. And they can be transported with a truck. You don't need like a big semi or anything. And again, no special permits. It's all within 8.5 feet. And that's how we are going to deliver these units to the customer location. Yeah, and we got some inventory right now. All these units already committed for various customers. So we're very excited about that. Today it takes us approximately 4 hours to finish one unit, so we're making about 2 a day. And with our next manufacturing system, we're looking at least, to make at least 10 times of that in the near future already. Thank you guys, thank you Tiny Home Tours for coming to our factory today. We think you guys are awesome. What you're doing is great and really getting it out to the world. You know, what we can do here at Boxable, and we're really excited to be a part of it. Thank you for being here.